Hello and welcome to Artclstudios, drawing and talking. Today we are talking and drawing. So as usual, I'm back with another drawing and talking, and today we're talking trust. Mr. Lupo, welcome to the live. So today we're talking trust, and to talk about trust, as it's Friday, we'll be continuing our Friday routine, which is figure drawing. All right. Oh, and today I'm proudly, wait, no light. Today I'm proudly rocking my school's sweater. Just found it in the closet today and felt like rocking it. All right. So, hello, welcome to the live, Elaine. So today we're doing figure drawing. Figure drawing is the part of the drawing, and the talking is about trust. So what is trust, and how do we follow it? How do we find trust? Where does trust comes from? Why is trust important? So, it's been a long day today. Hope everyone's having a good week, or had a good week, and that everyone's getting ready for the weekend, whatever that means. But yeah, I've had a bit of a rough week, but also an exciting week at the same time, with many ups and downs. But I still trust that everything will be okay. I still know that all I gotta do is put in my part. And once I do my part, the other end will be taken care of. And that's pretty much how I live my life. Especially in times like these, that we don't know what tomorrow has in store. It's out of our control, so there's not much we can do about it. But what we can do is do your part. You can put in your 2 cents. You can elevate yourself, and by doing that, automatically you elevate other people's. So let's do 120 seconds. 120 seconds is what? 120 seconds in minutes. And I was about to use the calculator when there's a Google. 120 seconds in minutes. 2 minutes. Virtual art, Vitrola art, and Frankie Vared, welcome, bienvenido Frankie al en vivo. Hoy estoy hablando acá de la confianza y a la misma vez dibujando. Discúlpeme que estoy un poco medio lento hoy. I'm a little slow today. Forgive me for I'm drinking tea, but just a little bit out of it. So to do that, we're going to be drawing women again, because I don't draw a lot of women. So let's get it started. So figure drawings are drawings that you follow the figure, and there's a lot of gestures. Matatana93, bienvenido. Entonces, en estos dibujos de figuras se trata más de encontrar la figura, y no tanto es que qué tanto se parece el dibujo, sino cómo tú tratas la figura, cómo tú la divides, y siempre buscando líneas de curva. So you always got to find these curve lines and action lines. Let's see. She's standing a little straight, and it's kind of boring to have straight poses. I'm just gonna give her a bit of a slant. And the one thing that I always worry about when I'm doing these figure drawings, thank you, is that you want to do the contrapposto. And contrapposto means this: if your shoulders is this way, your hip is opposite. So it pretty much creates these shapes. So if this is the shoulder, the hip should be like that, and the other way around. And the more exaggerated, because this is called just for balance, you know, the more exaggerated sometimes the hip is, because it's like an accordion. If one opens, the other one closes. And like I explained in the past, I'm doing this because I'm getting back into animation. And when you do a lot of gestures, it helps your animation skills improve a lot, because you're doing things with a flow and a speed that helps the drawing. So that one, I didn't get anything done. So I'll try to be a little quicker in this. Alright, so I'm looking at the big shapes and then find the other shapes. And also I'm looking for S curves, C curves, which are here. And you don't have to follow the drawing, or you don't have to follow the figure per se. But you can just give it a gesture. Alright. She's gonna have no head. Alright, let's see. So every day I do these live, not knowing what's gonna happen. But I just know everything works out at the end of the day. Because as long as you do your part, you trust that things will turn out how they're supposed to. But the best part about doing these things is the surprises and how well everything just turns out. That's why it's been so effortless for me to do these. Like literally, I'm improvising, I'm taking things pretty last minute, but I already have something prepared. So that trust is also because I prepared, you know, and for weeks now I've been preparing. You can't hear, let me know if you can hear me now, because I got a text. I think that's why the volume went off. Let me take off this thing. Can you hear me now? Can Lupo? I can. Maybe your phone. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, no, because I got a text and then that thing throws it off. Gotcha. Oh, another drawing. But yeah, so one thing that makes me trust in whatever I'm gonna do is that I've prepared for weeks. I've been doing it for a month now, so the more I practice, the easier it gets. So sometimes we make the mistakes and we don't trust ourselves because we're a little unprepared, or because we haven't practiced enough. Because, you know, when you do, let's say I did theater growing up, I did theater for my church, and I did dances. We did a bunch of performing arts. But it wasn't that we were good dancers, right? Or that we just practiced a lot and everything looks in sync. We could be doing the smallest gesture like this. We could be doing something like this, but if we all did it together, it looked good. And the trust in each other came because we practiced a lot and we did a lot of the same thing, repetition. That's what builds character, you know? It's not that hey Maria, welcome to the live. It's not that I have talent, you know? Because there's days, trust me, like I don't even want to look at whatever I'm doing. But then because you build muscle memory, that takes care of a lot of problems for you. Memory is there for a reason, you know? And And it's a great tool, you know. Don't think that everything that you remember, everything that you know, that's it. Because all we do, and we consider people smart when they can remember things, but all you do is just bringing back information that was given to you. I have a feeling like I'm not drawing fast enough. All right, let's get these big shapes out of the way. I mean, but yeah, so you can trust yourself more when you practice something a lot. And you don't have to worry too much about if surprises happen, because know that every time you're doing something, there will be unexpected changes. But if you know what you're doing, you won't panic. And that panic sometimes is what makes it look bad. When somebody's doing something that they're not supposed to, or something that's not going according to the plan, and you panic, that's when people could see that you're making a mistake. But if you keep going like nothing happened, nobody will notice that there was a mistake made. And again, that happened to a lot of us in performances. You know, we practice a lot of things, but we never practice her skirt getting caught in somebody's shoes. Because so we dance folkloric, Dominican folkloric, and it's pretty much the big skirts and things like that. So when mistakes like that happen, you know, it was out of our control, but we still performed. And sometimes those were our best performances, when those mistakes happen and we just kept going like nothing happened. You know, we will celebrate at the end like, oh shit, did you see that? We killed it. Even though I almost killed myself, but nobody realized that wasn't part of the show. You know. And that made, you know, the whole team a lot stronger, because we saw that people didn't crumble. And that's what we gotta be, you know, like in times like these that something comes out of nowhere and just stops the whole country, the whole world. It's something that we've never seen before. But if we panic, we're just harming ourselves, harming our mind, and we can't function like that. So don't panic. When we panic, we tend to make more mistakes. By the way, today's topic is about trust again, because on Wednesday we were supposed to talk about trust, but I had my special guest, and we ended up talking more about comic books. And we kind of touched on trust here and there, like by questions that I asked. But we ended up just focusing way more into the comic books, and it was great. So now Wednesdays would be the topic will be based on the artist that's gonna come. So every Wednesday I want to have artists come in and talk about their craft, talk about what they're doing, you know, sort of like build a community and also to promote whatever you're doing. So I have a couple of writers coming soon. So it's not only people that draw. There is somebody that has a children's book that we're gonna be talking about. So it's gonna be fun, man. Like, I'm excited for this, and this is the reason why I haven't let up with this, because I see a big vision, but I can't see the vision if I don't keep doing it, you know. And visions crumble sometimes because we shift our focus. But if we would stay in that focus for a little longer, you would see the difference, you know. Sometimes we quit while we're ahead, and that's the saying, right? Quit while you're ahead. But if you quit, you're also giving up on whatever your dreams are, you know. And my father said this yesterday. He was like, you can change the way you go about getting to your goal, but never change your goal. Your goal should stay the same, and you know, you should trust in that it will work out. Because if you don't think it will work out, why did you even start it in the beginning? you know. And every day I get confirmations of this is really what I'm supposed to be doing because of the way that it helps others, you know, the way that it helps others, not only for entertainment, because entertainment is one thing, but the spiritual aspect of it, you know, like it's limitless. Like I'm, I don't know, it goes really deep, and that could be another topic. Um, and when it comes to creativity and all that, like how deep does it go? It's and like I think yesterday I made a reference, or somebody mentioned that we're limitless. Yeah, Eco Wristwatch mentioned that we're limitless, and that really stuck with me, you know, in the sense of like we can do whatever we want. The reason why it takes a little longer for us is because people tell us what to do most of the time, and when we're told what to do, we want to be good citizens. We follow the rules, but not knowing that at the same time we're hindering our growth. And not to say you shouldn't listen to people, but the more you listen to others, the less you listen to yourself. Just because you don't want to hurt somebody's feeling, just because it's polite to follow directions, but it's not polite if you don't agree with it. You know, the biggest service you could do is to listen to yourself. You know, and not listen to yourself information, listen to your inside. You know, even though you know this is wrong to the outside, but on the inside, this is the right thing to do. You know, and I mean, I don't know, I can't think of an example right now, but there is when you're stuck into that in that space of when something doesn't feel right, you know, but everything seems to be okay, or at least to the outside it feels like it's okay, but to the inside, you know that thing is wrong. Like something in your gut is telling you, oh, this is not right. But because again, fear of judgment, um, that losing trust, or people losing trust in you, like, oh, you can't fuck with him anymore because he changed. You know, that's a sign of growth. You know, if people tell you you changed, that means you grew. And it's okay. It's okay to change. It's okay to grow. It's okay to let go of the things that you don't really need. And that reminds me of a poem that a friend of mine, Ari, he will be here, I think, next week, Wednesday. He might be um, our guest on Wednesday. He's a poet that lives in New York, and you know his poem about quarantine was pretty funny. When he talks about the things that this quarantine taught us, and like, let's see, the things that feel wrong, but they are right. You know, like not spending a lot of time with things that you don't really need. You know, not wasting time with unnecessary stuff. And by the way, the other reason why this is taking a little longer is, I always say this, but the lag in this thing when it's streaming. Let me see something. If I bring it even lower, I can't do it anymore. I'm gonna try next week the ultra low latency, if that works. Thank you, by the way, to those joining in on the YouTube. Stone Cold Trust Nobody. Thank you for that. Thank you, Joel. All right. Yeah, I need to add the YouTube chat in the screen, because sometimes I forget that it's there. But I appreciate those coming in through the YouTube side. That's where everything should be moving in the future. And it's just that Instagram, it's pretty handy because you get a quick engagement, you know. And my following on Instagram is a little bigger, well, a lot bigger than my YouTube. So it's sort of catapulting one to the other. But anyways, Stone Cold says trust nobody. trust yourself, you know? When all fails, trust yourself. At least you mean well to yourself, I think. Let's see. And this is so slow. Yeah, so I've been working with some artists from the Dominican Republic, and I'm starting an animation soon for a music video, and that's pretty exciting because my friend White Film Works over here has always said for me to do animation, but you know, the insecurity. Caravaggio, darling, welcome to the live. Bienvenido. The insecurities of not knowing how to finish it or spending so much time and not enjoying the work. It's Marquise, welcome to the live. So we're talking about trust today, and we're doing figure drawing, so at least trying to do figure drawing. My computer is lagging OD with this, with the streaming. But anyways, I decided to say yes to animation. You know, I'm getting back into animation, a little more aggressive now, where every Monday I do animation. If you guys want to join in for those things, I give tips on animation. And I do some animation while I talk to people. So it's still drawing and talking, but it's drawing and animating pretty much. And Mondays are designated for Motion Mondays. So that's a thing that I'm going by, that I made up, you know. Because we can do that, you know. We can make up stuff that don't exist. Just give yourself a couple of challenges and see if you can do them. The moment you do one of those challenges, you trust, you gain new trust for yourself. You gain new trust, you gain new appreciation to say, hey, I can really accomplish the goals that I set. By just doing one thing, it leads to the other. Like for me, it was working out. Working out did it for me. One day I was like, you know, I'm going to be working out for 3 months. Well, I just said I'm going to be working out every day. I didn't even say for how long. Every day, and I did that for 3 months. I worked out every day for 3 months straight. I rested on Sundays, but every other day, if it was raining, I would work out inside. If it was nice and sunny, I would go outside. If it was a little cold, I would still go outside. So doing those workouts every day for 3 months really told me that I can accomplish things if I'm disciplined. You know, and having the right people around you too builds that discipline to where when you don't trust yourself, people trust you. So that's also a plus, you know, when even you lose faith in yourself, you lose trust in yourself, you have somebody there to remind you, you know, I believe in you, or I trust you. And I know sometimes it's hard to find those people, but you got to do some digging, man. And you got to appreciate whoever you have around you, because especially in times like these that you're alone for a lot of time, or you don't have people around you all the time, it's good to cherish those that you found, or those who bumped into you, or those who, you know, new friendships. And those people were the ones that were like, we need to wake up at 6 o'clock. Now, well, and for then, like for working out, I would wake up at 6:30 every day to go to the park, work out until like 8:30 or 9, and then I'll start my day. And we did that, you know, for a long time, and I appreciate Mr. Tim, you know, for working out for a while, and then it just started dying out. After I did those 3 months, I was like, today's my last day of workout, and never worked out again for like 2 years or a year or so. But I know I could do it. Anytime I just say, hey, I'm gonna do it again, I would just get up and do it again. And I did it now. Like I have my workout schedule, just like right here on the live, you can see it. Oh, but let's see. So I have my workout schedule right here. Let's see. There we go. So I have my, every day I see that schedule. Every time I'm working, I can see it. So after I do my streams, I do a workout. And, you know, keeping track of it does help. Creating a plan, it does help for you to trust yourself. Because if you don't remember or you think you're not doing the right steps, there will be something that reminds you. So also one way to learn trust yourself is by putting reminders around you. You know, having reminders to tell you that you have to get up, that you have to move, that you have to get going. And if you don't have that, then you lose out on a lot of things. You know, sometimes, and I'm not saying that you have to do it the way that I'm doing it, but you know, it's a suggestion. Every day I wake up at 8:30, sometimes a little earlier. And it's good to see the sun. You know, it's good to see the sun, to wake up with the sun. And then there were times that I used to wake up super late and my day went by super fast, and I was like, what happened? And one is not healthy to, I mean, let me not say that, because everyone has their own rhythms and ways they doing things, but sometimes you just regret not seeing the sun for a long time. And we need the sun, you know. We need to see things, we need to do things, because the moment you stop, it's like you're dead, right? If you stop moving, it's like you don't exist. If you stop breathing, you die. Simple things like that, you know? Just But yeah. So having reminders is a good way to find trust in yourself. Because when you don't trust in yourself, you get little hints here and there to tell you you can. And like I said that, I can. I have these things right here that says I can and I will. And when I think I can't, I just have to look down. And I can and I will. And I can and I do. So it is fun. It is fun, you know, to do things. And I live a bit of a hermit, even before the quarantine started. So for me, it hasn't been a hard transition into it. And can't remember where I was going with that, but that I have a different way. Like, I have a very weird way of living, and very weird meaning different. And I understand that not everyone is, you know, supposed to do things that I do, and I learned that the best way to live happier, to live in a happier life, is just by not only worrying about yourself, but not telling other people what to do. You know, you can do what you do, and if they like it, they would get something out of it. But the moment you tell somebody, hey, you need to do this, and this like this, the moment you say you need to or you have to do this, they just stop listening. So I always said that actions speak louder than words. And that's the way that things should be, you know? Like, I'm not gonna come here and just tell you to draw. Oh yeah, go draw, but I'm not doing it. I've kind of learned that from like religious people, that they, not to bash on them, but they tend to tell people what to do a lot. Or companies, you know, tend to tell people what to do, but then sometimes they don't follow it. So it's better just to do things and then show, and not tell and not do. And that's another way of gaining trust, by showing more results than promises. Showing more results than promises. That's the way to do it. That's the way to earn trust. I've seen the three. Welcome to the live. We're talking about trust today. Sort of more of a mellow mood, and we're doing figure drawings. And I used to have a hard time before drawing and talking, so that's why I made it a thing, because I needed to learn how to do it. You almost always feel like you're never ready. Like today, right before the live, I felt like I wasn't ready. But those are the nerves, the fear of if you mess up, this won't be it, or those little things that come at almost when you're about to get the thing, they come and scare you off, and you run away. And when you confront that, you prove once again to yourself that you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you propose to yourself. And I said, if it's humanly possible, then I can do it too. Like, I've learned how to do a front flip. I've done a back flip of a thing. I learned how to skateboard. All those things that people have to train many, many, many times. I watch, and I'm a visual learner, so I'll see something that I like and I'll just try it out. Sometimes I fail miserably, but that's the trick is right there. If you fail and you get scared, it's like a child learning how to walk and he falls. The first time he falls, if he gets scared, then he's not gonna want to walk for a long time. But seeing other people walking, he's gonna want to walk because it makes you get to places faster. So when we get scared, that's what happens. Sometimes can you put that down a little bit? I can't hear myself. It's a little weird.
Capital One knows life doesn't work without your credit card.
And it's when we fall, learning how to walk, and we get scared and we don't want to walk again, we're gonna have a hard time in life, because every time we fall, we hesitate to get up.
And helps you fix them.
That time that passed right there may be stored as trauma, and we want to stay away from things that are traumatic. And the trauma would happen mostly in the mind, for the most part, right? Because the way to get over a traumatic experiences, is by releasing it, letting it go. Because at the end of the day, the traumatic event happened, but now every time you may be confronting that, you're reliving that in your mind. So your mind could be your biggest asset, but it could also be your biggest enemy. Memory is so good to have memory. You remember people's, well, not anymore, right? You don't remember people's phone numbers, but you use your memory for certain things. But when that mind turns on you, oh boy, problems, But again, the one way to get rid of that is to know that things may happen out of your control, and only be worried about the things you can control. The things you can't, like my lag in my computer, I can't control that for now. So I'll just bear with it, I'm drawing a lot slower, but that also tells me like my strokes need to be on point, because I'm gonna try to see if I could do this one right away. So because I'm only allowed to do one stroke pretty much, because if I go over the line twice, I waste time. And if I was afraid of that, I would been stopped the live, and be like, oh, I can't draw because I'm afraid that this thing won't turn out the way I want it. That's something else that we struggle sometimes. That we only think that things are good because they go the way we want them. If they don't go the way we want them, that's bad. But whatever isn't for you, maybe for somebody else. And if you live life in that manner, it's gonna be pretty hard, because people will do things for their benefit and may not be for yours. And you may label that person as evil, but it's just what's better for him. And sometimes, like I said, it's harmful to you. So you go another route and figure it out, but don't let things like that hold you back. Don't let them stop you. Because the things you can't control are things that should happen the way that they happen. Because imagine if you had the power to control everything. That's a really hard job. To make sure that everything runs accordingly. Like, even to the point that if you think about your body, you don't control everything that happens in your body. And something as simple as that, right? Your body, it's in you or you're in it. But you don't control your heartbeat. Some people may with practice, but you don't control how the blood flows. You don't think about all the cells doing whatever they do. So there's a lot of things that are out of our control. Like I said, some people may learn how to do things, but you just trust that your body will do its thing, right? Every day, you trust that the body would breathe. That you're gonna breathe with your body. That you won't collapse in the middle of walking. That's all based on trust. Things that you've experienced already, and you think that everything will always be like that. And unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't. And that's when we call it evil. We call it, we just go through traumatic experiences because we don't agree with how things happened. But if you just accept things the way they're supposed to, it's a blessing, it's a blessing. And it's, you're fortunate if you can live that way, because you're able to let go of things that you don't really need. Because if it's not happening the way you want it, then it wasn't meant to be. And the quicker we learn that, again, the easier life will become. Just trust that whatever's happening is a plan of someone or something, that in the long run, it was for your benefit. I'm the kind of person, I don't know if you notice, I'm the kind of person that any negative experience that I've had, I always find the benefit of it. Like, I broke my ankle once. And you may think, like, what can you think that's positive about that? Like, you broke your bone. Like, yeah, the bone I broke and it was painful. But I learned how to walk in crutches. I was able to dance in crutches. It was so fun. It was like swinging. And people in the street would be like, hey, you gotta walk a little slower. I'm like, man, I feel like I'm in a skateboard right now. Leave me alone. So I'll be flying through everywhere. I'll be going up and down steps with my crutches. And one very positive thing that happened, my brother gave me a back ride. What do you call it? Piggyback ride when we were in college. And this guy, man, it was embarrassing for him, but that made us bond. We had a bonding moment out of a crazy traumatic experience, breaking my ankle, which was totally my fault. We're playing football with no shoes on, like American football, on a rainy day. I don't know how I didn't see disaster, but I'm that kind of person that I just don't think about things too much, and I just keep going. But you see, if I wouldn't have broken my ankle, my brother wouldn't have carried me. It was funny. It was a but it was a good experience too, because it showed that he cared, And I don't remember, and I was an adult. Again, I was in college, walking around campus because so the reason he gave me a piggyback ride was because I dropped one of my crutches in the train station. It went through the tracks. Somebody coming out of the train door. I'm with my crutches about to go in. They didn't know if they wanted to go in or out, so I'm staying floating like this, and I just get tired, and one of them goes through the hole in between the train and the platform. There's a little gap like this, and my thing just fell right through that, and I didn't have a crutch for a day. But my brother, again, my brother got it for me. You know, he grabbed the other crutch and he picked the other one up through that crutch, but it was after we came back from school. But yeah, so in these crazy things that happen to us, it also gets us in a position of finding who do we trust. You know, in times like these, who do you trust? You know, like think about the people that you trust and, you know, appreciate them. Check up on them. Tell them that they're missed, you know, that you miss being with them, that you appreciate them, because it's hard nowadays to find trustworthy people, you know? Sometimes, right? So it may be hard sometimes for some people, but as long as your intentions are good, that's all that you can control. Like I said in the beginning, like if that person can't work with you, you know, you do whatever you can and then you keep moving. And it's funny, sometimes we end up trusting strangers faster than we trust our families and friends. And that's the way that things are meant to be, you know. A stranger, you don't know them from, you can leave them whatever. You're like, hey, I'll be right back. Can you watch my suitcase or my wallet or my phone is charging there? Can you watch that for me? Like, I'm like, you just met. Like, I don't even know you. Why would you trust me, you know? But then, that's the way the world works. Raffles, welcome to the live. We're talking trust today. We've been ranting about trust. So this is Drawing and Talking with Artclstudios, and we're talking trust. We're drawing figure drawings on Fridays, figure Fridays. And again, my thing has been super laggy, so I haven't been able to do any drawings successfully. But again, it's about the practice of finding these shapes that I really do the figures for. If you find a likeness in these things, then that's another story. But you really want to get fast, you know, and this is what animators do. They draw a lot. And every drawing that I make, every stroke that I take, every move I make, it's a memory. I'm recording that stroke, you know, for one day. Every move that we make is a memory storage. That's it. And my muscles will remember, but a lot of times I forget them. So it's again, repetition makes good stuff. Repetition gets you just a little closer to your goal. Repetition makes the word flow, the world flow. So we will have artists, writers on Wednesdays. So if you're a writer, if you're an artist, MB Balbuena, bienvenido al en vivo. If you're an artist, if you're a writer, come through. Hit me up on the DMs and tell me you want to feature your work, and we'll talk about your work. We'll talk about your art. So that's what, 20 images or 18, 19 images? 20 images, yeah. So we're gonna be doing a couple of more drawings. So this is what it looks like. Not super happy with the result, but I like some of them, like this lady here. I like this post. That's about it. But yeah, so Wednesday will be where I talk with artists. I'll invite artists. I will have a poet, and that's why I was mentioning it, because I like poetry. Oh, Lupo is calling. I like poetry. I write poetry, but I don't perform it that often. But maybe hearing other people's poetry inspires me to do it too. And we have Lupo here in the building. Welcome. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Just stopping by. What's going on?
All right, so we're talking trust today. What can you say about trust? Give me something about trust.
Trust. What they say trust is earned, not given. What they say about trust? What people
Mm.
say?
Yep. Trust is earned.
Oh yeah, it's earned, not given, or something like that.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just thinking about. I would say as far as right now, trust. As far as like with other people,
Mm-hmm.
um, trust.
Have you always
Yeah.
trusted everybody? Have you always been like, oh yeah, here's my stuff? Or have you had sometimes experience that you lose trust in people because of situations? Or or do you
Yeah,
trust yourself to do things sometimes?
I think I should work on that. Work on trusting myself more.
Mm.
You know. But I guess also trust. Discipline comes with trust.
Mm.
Like for yourself, you have to be disciplined. Like you have to say, well, if you say you're gonna do something, trust yourself that you're gonna do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's facts. Because
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah,
we just talk to talk, but there's
yeah.
no backup. How do you prepare for that though? How do you go about preparing?
So I would say do exercises, but
Mm.
so let me not say what other people to do. For me to do, like I give you an example.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I know it's some things I'm trying to work on, like with my website and stuff, other various things that I'm trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I just make a small step, which is like I started writing a journal,
Mm.
and within my journal, I've been writing down things that I want to do, that I need to do, like setting a schedule, like okay, work on your website 30 minutes, do this
Mm-hmm.
20, blah blah blah. So even though I may not do it every day, at least I sowed that seed, to start, you know. And so the objective is to have discipline to write in my journal every day, to write about what I did. So then that basically you get a chance to see I get a chance to see
Mm-hmm.
what I did and what I didn't do based
Mm.
off what I wanted to do, previously that I wrote in my journal.
Nice. That's a really, really good advice. Really nice practice, man.
Yeah.
And you reminded me I need to fix my website too. My website I haven't touched like in 2 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You haven't touched it? How you haven't touched it? I don't understand, but okay.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's
How
just one
you?
of
But I mean, I guess you don't really use your website too much for your work.
yeah, it's just like a portfolio holder sometimes, and when things are happening like events, and I mean I should be updating it more, but it's just I have to plan the time, take out the time for that actually because just carried away with the now.
You see that pose right there that you're looking at right there?
Hmm.
I'm just showing you that that's what I'm doing. So I'm actually doing figure drawing right
Oh,
now.
nice! You're drawing too. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Nice. Let me see your. You want to show your drawing? What you're doing?
you can't really see. Oh, shoot.
Nice. You can see it. It's like buildings.
Sorry, sorry about that. Basically, it's this is a drawing assignment for anatomy, and I'm trying to draw myself like over the buildings.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm planning on having like transparency. So if you let me clear these
Oh, that's you in the
guys,
picture. Oh,
yeah.
nice.
So I was trying to find the actual photo, but it's basically like a little picture I took.
That's better. When you make your
Right.
own references, that's what's up, man. Use your tools for the right reasons, right?
So like right here, I put no coffin instead of no parking.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's like a COVID-19. You can't really see the letters too well, but it
Mm-hmm.
says like COVID-19 instead of the the graffiti they had, whoever wrote on it. So,
That's what's
I
up.
was just like I said, I was just stopping by and showing you that I'm doing figure drawing as well.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate that.
Well, yeah.
Well, thank you for joining, man. And when you finish that drawing, tag me too so I can share it with everybody else.
All right, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for
Take it easy.
passing by and always being attentive and active. And whenever you have raffles or you have a raffle going on, they're already finished, right?
No, it's So at 12:00, 12:05, I'm gonna do the raffle.
All right. So.
I'm actually, I was gonna go live, but instead I'm gonna just make a video, and cause I want to add some special effects.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to. That's the objective. What time is it?
It's 11:25.
Oh shoot. So yeah, I need to
Get started on that. That's what's up, man. But anyways, tell people what you're raffling before you go, and what do you do? Like, what are some things that people can buy from you, or just shout yourself out.
All right. So real quick, basically, I do gemstone copper wraps. Is in copper. I'm wearing one right now. This is an example of my work. And for the raffle, where is it? For the raffle, this piece right here is in the raffle, and basically doing a promo. And this is usually I would charge $40 for this one, but I'm gonna do a promo for $20. And today is gonna be the day that I pick the person that is the lucky winner. And that's basically, and also I'm trying to put my paintings and stuff on my website, and I also have my clothing on my website, Yokupila, YOKUPHILA.inc .com for my website.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you guys who's watching right now or whoever watch later on in the future, make sure you check out my website. I highly appreciate it. And come and follow my Instagram, either yokufila.inc or LupoBlack24, LupoBlack24, and yokufila.inc, YOKUPHILA.inc.
Alrighty. Awesome, man. Thank you so much for passing by again, and let's send some traffic out there to Yokofila Inc. All right, man. Have a good one.
Take it easy.
Bye bye. So just wanna be of service to people. I also I enjoy people doing good. I enjoy seeing people do good. So it also serves me as a motivation, to do better, or to get to do whatever I have to do. Like I need to fix my website. Now I was just reminded that I need to do that. But my wife's also been telling me for a long time that fix your website. It doesn't represent who you are anymore. But I enjoy having people come through. So if you're an artist, again, Wednesdays is what we'll spend the whole time just talking about what you do, and we'll have a topic like always. So it doesn't have to always be around the topic, but let's always have a backup plan, But yeah, so I'll be having a couple of authors of comic books, children's books, poets, writers. They'll be coming through. So Wednesdays is the day for artist talk. And we've baptized it, we've named it whatever Wednesday, because we just want to flow. I'll probably be drawing in the background, but this won't be the main focus. I'll be popping probably images of whatever you're doing or whatever references we're talking about. I'll be bringing those up from the internet. So we not only would be using our mind, but we'll be using our visuals to to get those images flowing and get our imagination juices flowing, you know? And who knows what comes out of that? I'm just here to have a good time, man. And again, I appreciate all those coming through, all those coming in and out. Appreciate King Nas 13. Thank you for joining. People on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Artclstudios, youtube.com/Artclstudios. Link is in my bio. Also, before I go, it is 11:30 already, and I've been just doodling all day here. Not really getting much done with. I need to figure this out. I need to figure out how to fix this. And pun intended, and I trust that I will. But yeah, before I go, I want to invite you guys to go visit my shop where I sell shirts, other items. You can take a look and let me know what you think. If you like any of them, just send me a DM or just buy it. And also, if you see anything on my Instagram that you like, anything at all on the whole page, let me know that you want this on a shirt. You should put this on a shirt. Let me know. So this is one of the shirts. El Campesino Avatar. This is from a series that I made called Warriors of My Country. This is the other one. El Tamborero, the drummer. El Campesino means the countryman. And this is El Carnaval. This is the El Diablo Cojuelo. So I'm getting a couple of more pieces in. And I actually have under my Never Stop Learning For You shirt. This is one of the first shirts that I've ever made. You guys can see. And these will be coming soon to the website. This one here is that piece I have in the back. And this would be one of the new shirts that will be coming to the site soon. So we'll have them in color, and we'll also have them in black and white. So so we have them in black and white, and we have them in color. So it's a lot of planning, a lot of things to do, but the only way to do them is by getting them done. My Instagram has finished the live. It finished a while ago, but I appreciate everyone who tuned in. It's a lot of work to be done, but there's no time like the present, so we got to get it to it. Never stop learning for you, because when you learn, you can teach others. Peace out. Trust yourself. You trust yourself. Trust yourself. Let's see what we made. Not super crazy, but something is something. All right. Peace out. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on social media. And if you like the video, click the like button. If you want to see more videos, click the video in the middle. And don't forget, never stop learning for you.